Hello everyone, just have a couple of things to share with you today. I've been making some flowers for a particular lady, and I'm quite happy with how they turned out. And they're just really simple flowers actually, but very pretty. And they're just, you know, it's just a layer of gathered lace, a little doily, and a little flower applique. Very simple. I'm sure everybody knows how to make them, but I was quite happy that they actually turned out very pretty. And the centers are just the bling, which I got from Lele's store. And then there's also these other ones here, the same sort of thing, some pretty gathered lace underneath, a little doily under there, and a little flower applique. And I think that's one that Carol sent me. And this is just a pair of earrings my daughter bought me specifically for crafting, and I cut them down and used those ones as the pretty centers, and they look really pretty, and I'm quite happy. But these are the ones I'm very happy with, and these are these ones, and they're so pretty. Look at that. Now these are just the lollipop kind of flowers, which I've made before, but a video caught the attention of my attention the other day, and it's from the YouTube channel was Art, Song and Soul, and she was making the beautiful Shabby Chic flowers and the pearl flower centers as well, and I absolutely love them. Now hers are quite a bit fussier than mine. She actually puts more lace in them and some pearl strands, and they're gorgeous. But of course I didn't want to go too overboard with these particular ones, but look how pretty they turn out. So I'm going to put a link to her channel in the description box below, because she has two very good tutorials on how to make them on her channel. So if you're interested in making something really pretty like that, isn't that lovely, then, and they're very easy, they're very easy, then you can go and have a look at her tutorials. Another thing I've made for the same lady is a box, but I've had a little bit of trouble with my box, so I thought, well, if I show you the box, maybe I can get a suggestion for next time I do a box like this, because, you know, I've only done like 3 or 4 boxes, and this one just didn't want to do as it was told. That's the top of the box there. It's very formal, I guess you could call it, a little bit more tidier than what the normal style I work in, but I'm quite pleased with it. I'm hoping the lady really likes it too, who it's going to. Just has a doily under here, and then some lace layered, and then some more lace which Carol gave me, a bit of vintage lace, and another one of these lovely flower appliques on top. This is a silver button and some pearls just glued on top like that, and I think that turned out very pretty. The sides here have some lovely vintage lace in between, with a white pearl bead trim and a cream pearl bead trim around the edge. Also, these tiny little flowers are the Lele doodad flowers with a pearl in the center. So it's actually quite plain. On the sides I have some Chinese braid from Lincraft, some more pearl beads. This little lace here, I'm quite sure that Bonnie sent me that with her Matchbox. Thank you, Bonnie. Some more kind of Chinese braid there from Lincraft. Another vintage trim around the edge here. Actually, no, that was a trim that Natasha from Natasha's Scrapbook Corner sent me with her Matchbox. I'm quite sure that is. Thank you, Natasha. More pearl. This, I've never put so many pearls on a project before. More Chinese braid, more pearl trim. That one's from VAR. Thank you, VAR. And then this trim here that Wendy sent me in her swap. In our swap underneath, this is just, it's all covered in the Tim Holtz paper, Ideology papers, I think they are. I have some wooden chess pieces for legs, with the tiny little center medallions off the doilies underneath it, just to soften it a little bit. So that's my box. It's the front that I had the trouble with though. Okay, so oops, hang on, let me straighten it out and look presentable. Okay, so this is the lock. And this is the bottom part of the lock. Now, I could not remove the lock properly without damaging the actual box. I did try. It didn't want to remove. Usually you can undo the screws and it pops out. You can cover it with paper. But no, this one did not want to cooperate in any way. So I had to cut the paper around the lock. Now the top one wasn't too bad because I could cover it with some braid, and I put a jewel up here, so you know I can disguise any kind of mess that was made. But the bottom one is the one that gave me all the trouble because I cut the paper and it didn't fit properly, and then it just got a big mess and little gaps, and oh, how would I have done that? How do you get a really good fit around something like that? In the end, I ended up finding this little bit of trim here and putting it around the lock just to tidy up the mess that I'd made. I'm still not 100% happy with it, but I think it's you know, kind of acceptable, I think. And then I've made this little crystal drop. Zephy sent me that one. Thank you, Zephy. With a little pearl. But ladies, how would I do that? How would be the best way to do the lock on a box that doesn't actually come off? So that's my question to you. Inside the box, I've covered it with more of the same paper. I've used this lovely little trim in there that Wendy sent me in her swap, and just a little cotton trim that I had around the top of just the bottom part. This little trim here is from Lavish Laces, and the lovely little flowers are from Zephy. Thank you, Zephy. So that's my box. I do like the way it looked. I'm disappointed with the actual, the way the lock part looks, but it's not too ugly or anything like that. So, but I'd really like to know how to do it for future reference. Okay, I hope you've liked my projects today, my flowers. And I hope you do go over to, I don't know the lady's name, but Art, Song and Soul, and have a look at her tutorials. They're really, really lovely, and the flowers are very, very easy. And they're so poofy, look at that. So they're probably the prettiest little shabby chic ones I've seen in a long, long time. Okay, thank you for joining me today. Bye.